Hi, my name is Patty Stemmel, and in this video I will be demonstrating to graphic designers, high school teachers, and others who are involved with creating digital materials for education or businesses how to create visual quick response codes using a free online generator called Visualead. These quick response, or QR codes for short, are typically small graphic images that contain information. You may have seen them but not noticed them. And the first generation standard black and white square is what you see here. It's made up of black dots, much like a barcode. It contains information and that can be communicated through mobile space. Essentially, we're connecting with each other through devices. And what's cool about this QR code that if your phone or tablet has the right software, you can point the device's camera at the code like it is pointing here to the code in the background. The software app reads it, scans it, reads it, and then processes the information, and then it does something. And what it does depends on how it's coded. It can jump to a website or a video, it can display text information or a coupon, it can open a location on a map. There are a variety of possible uses, and it can be seen almost everywhere, from labeling on products, brochures, posters, books, tattoos even, to the sides of whole buildings. QR codes are evolving. We're no longer limited to the standard QR code, which is sort of square and ugly, not very noticeable, but now we can create what's called visual QR codes that incorporate images like those on the right with the code. The idea is to have your QR code stand out enough so it's noticed. If it's more attractive, and the more it does stand out, the more effective it will be at communicating the message. You can create these codes in Adobe, InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop, but for those of you who either don't have the software or want a quick, easy way to design them, you can go to Visualead. So when you arrive at the site, you'll see a toolbar here showing the different icons for the types of QR codes that you can make. Also, you'll see some examples of some QR codes with graphics that have already been created. Let's go up here to create, and we'll see this is a first step. It's actually creating the code, and we'll see on the left here is a column, and it shows all the different kinds of QR codes that you can create. We'll go through a few of the most common ones here. URL. You can do things like drive traffic to a website by typing the website address here. Then anytime somebody scans this QR code, it would automatically take them to the website each time they scanned it. Rich text, it gives you 3 different templates that you can enter URLs or contact information. A V-card, same thing, enter in contact information, and once a user scans it, it will create an entry in their address book. It's very convenient for business cards, and it exchanges a lot of details in a very small amount of space. YouTube video, it will jump to a YouTube video. Facebook, it'll jump to a Facebook profile page. Twitter follow, this is pretty cool. If you choose this Twitter follow option, the scanners of your code will automatically be subscribed to your tweets. Email addresses, you can also send addresses. Just enter in the address, the subject, and anyone who scans it will open up a composed email box that is already addressed. Google Maps, enter a location in the box, and a Google map will be displayed. LinkedIn profile jumps to a profile page. iTunes link jumps to an iTunes URL. Phone number. Anyone who scans this type of visual QR code will automatically call the number that's been entered into this box. You can choose the SMS message feature and enter a phone number here, and when the QR code is scanned, it will display a number and the user can send a text message. Skype username, enter a username in here, and when it's scanned, the device will automatically call that user via Skype. Plain text, enter text. You can enter a maximum of 165 characters. It's a little bit more than what you would get with a standard tweet on Twitter. So let's go ahead and create one. Let's create one that will send a user to a website. Say you want to send them to this site. This is a site that has resources related to educating millennials. Millennials are those who are between 18 and 31 years of age. Here is the URL. Notice this is a long version of the URL. QR codes, depending on the length of the URL, the longer, the busier it is, or the more dense the code. The shorter it is can sometimes look more attractive. So I've gone ahead and gone to a site called Bitly, which shortens the code. You paste in the original code and it generates a new code for you. You can also do it in tinyURL or in Google. So we copied that shortened URL and we'll paste it right in here. Real easy. We click next and it's generated the code, and now it's asking what image we would like to use. So Visualead has a gallery of images you can use, a whole assortment. It has social media icons and a big variety, but you could also use your own. So I've created a graphic that is an initial P. I'll select it and it will upload. This P could be a logo, or it could be the first letter of a student's last name. Say, for example, if you wanted to personalize a QR code for a specific student and have them do an assignment or watch a video. What you get here is this white box is where the QR code will be placed onto the graphic. You can manipulate it until you get something that you like. You can resize it, so I'm going to make it just almost the size of the P. It's important to leave actually some white space around it so that the QR code can be easily scanned. Sometimes if the edges are too close, then the QR code doesn't work. We have some options. We can reduce the size of the code in the back of the image in the background, or increase it. Let's bring it back up. This rotates the code, so you play with that till you get what you like. Let's do that. Color, you can select a background color. For this one, let's keep it at white. Rounded, these black squares can have rounded corners, but the free version limits you to just the squares. They can also be in circles or stars, and there are some effects that you can apply: sketch, warp, ripples. But for right now, let's go ahead and generate it like this. So what Visualead is doing now is merging the graphic with the QR code. And there you have it. If you want to try again, click here, reset some of the parameters. Let's go ahead and click next. And it brings you up to some options. We're going to select the free package. Let's get it now. Now it's generating the QR code. And here it is. So here's the embed code. Let's go ahead and copy that. I'll show you something, but you can also share it on different social media. You can also download it to your computer. It has some options. Just click download. This you can save to your computer and place it wherever you like. It's generating. You can also post it in, say, a WordPress post. This is a WordPress blog, and this is a post. Let's go ahead and embed the code. We copied it. Let's paste it and preview it. Here you'll see it displayed in a blog post right here. There are so many possibilities for using QR codes. And Visualead is easy to use, and it designs QR codes that are extremely easy to scan. Even if you're inexperienced when it comes to QR codes, you won't have any difficulties navigating through this app. It's easy to create unique, never seen before QR codes, and you can really integrate them into designs and graphics. These codes, visual code, QR codes, are innovative, they're interactive, and encourage customer or student engagement. The possibilities are endless, and they're common now, and their usage is expected to skyrocket in the future. So enjoy and have fun.